now is we need to talk about how are we going to have that $1,000 show. And remember, during that time, we're going to talk about some pertinent, important information, okay?
Okay.
So there's a formula to help you to have a $1,000 show. Would you like to hear what it is?
Sure.
Okay, it's called the 5-15-5 formula. What that refers to is collecting 5 orders before your show even happens from people that aren't going to make it that night. All right, now I did 3 things to help you with this. The first thing that I did is I gave you some paper order forms in your packet. Can you go ahead and grab one of those for me? Okay, so everything that I'm about ready to tell you, I need you to share with your friends and family when you hand them one of these, okay?
Okay.
So the first thing is you're going to notice that on the top it asks for their name, their address, their phone number, and their email address. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to create an account for everybody, so I really need all that information, including their email, so that they can get an email receipt.
Okay.
All right, now the next thing you're going to notice is that they get a free gift when they spend $75 in the month of October.
Nice.
Now here's what I need you to do. I need you to point that out to everybody and tell them how cool all that stuff is.
Okay.
Because guess what? People don't read anymore. They really don't.
Well, there's pictures right here.
They do. I wish they would look at pictures, but they don't. And I know this because I get orders back that are like $74. So that tells me that they didn't realize that if they had just spent $1 more, they would have got something for free.
Okay.
So do you think you can point that out to everybody for me?
I sure can.
And then more importantly than pointing it out is making sure they actually pick which item they want.
Okay.
Okay, so that's really important. Now down at the bottom, do you see where their shipping and handling is?
Yes.
Okay, so for Alaska, you notice our shipping and handling is a little bit different, right?
Yes.
I need you, when you point that out to them, to make sure that when you get the order form back, that shipping is actually added correctly. Because a lot of people will miss that it's 15% plus $3,
Okay.
not just either or. Unless, of course, it's $25 or less. Now, do you see that on there?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so the next thing is payment. Go to the left. Do you see where we do payment?
Yes.
All right, so payment, I only accept debit, credit, and cash. All right?
Okay.
But you know what? Some of your guests, they might want to pay with check. Like your great Aunt Martha, all right? She might be like only using a checking account.
Okay.
And if that's the case, that's totally all right.
Okay.
What you do with that instance is just take the check yourself, deposit into your account, and then pay me with your credit card.
Ooh, airline miles.
I know, pretty nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you don't want to take any checks even from your great Aunt Martha, you can of course just cross it out and write debit and credit only, okay? And cash. All right, so any questions about the order form?
No.
Perfect, so that's the first way that I helped you to collect orders. Now the second way that I helped you is I gave you a direct link for online ordering, and I put that in 3 different locations. Now, do you remember where you've seen those links?
I've seen it in right here. I don't know if you do your host packets the same way, but on the right-hand side on the pocket, give you little ordering instructions.
Well, if you notice, they're on the labels for your invitations.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
So if you look on there, they're right on there, and I'm going to tell you that that link is amazing. I also put it on your red stamp invitation, which I texted to you,
Oh, okay.
and I also put it on your Facebook event.
Oh.
Now here's the thing that you need to know about online ordering, and this is very technical, and I need you to pay really close attention.
Okay.
When people order online, sometimes things can go wrong. Okay? And so what happens is when they order, you're going to get an email letting you know that they've ordered. So if somebody tells you, oh yeah, I'm going to go online and I'm going to order, and I'm going to do that tonight, and you don't see that email come through, or you don't see their order online on my website under your show, which I'll talk about in a second, I need you to follow up with them. Call them and say, hey, did you run into any snags? Because if they did, they're probably going to scrap their entire order. And not everybody's what's the word I'm looking for? Electrically, whatever.
Technically.
There's the word. Tech savvy.
Oh, tech savvy,
Technically
okay.
suave. And they might run into problems, okay? And some people aren't going to have any problems, but we don't want anyone to have any problems.
Okay.
So if they do run into a problem, just have me call them immediately. I'll take their order right on the phone, and they'll be good to go, okay?
Sounds great.
All right, so here's the other thing you need to know about online ordering. When you order on, let's say, Amazon, don't you expect your card to be charged right away?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you expect your products to be shipped right away too, right?
Yes.
Okay, well guess what? That's not happening with our shop.
Oh.
Okay? And your friends don't know that. So
Okay.
what I need you to do is when you get that email that says, hey, this person just ordered, if you could call them and just kind of thank them for their order, which I'm assuming you're going to do anyway, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
I'll
you would do
probably
that, right?
message them. Yeah.
Okay, so when you do that, just let them know that their card's not going to be charged until we close your show,
Okay.
and we'll talk about that close date in just a minute,
Okay.
and that their order's not going to be shipped. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Okay, great. That'll also help us at the end with any cards not really going through.
Oh,
Okay?
Okay.
So that's really important. Now, the next thing that you need to know about online ordering is that you can view everybody's sales amount online. So we'll talk about that in a minute.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, so the other way that I helped you to collect orders is I'm going to post something on Facebook that says the first 3 out-of-state people that order are going to get a free gift from me.
Nice.
I need you to tag everybody in those out-of-state orders. Are you familiar with how to tag?
Yes.
Great. So make sure you invite your out-of-state people and then tag them, and then that way they'll get that free gift.
Okay.
All right, so that's the 5 before. Now, 15 during, that refers to getting 15 people at your show that night. So you remember that flyer that says 50 guests in 5 minutes?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so what I need you to do is not right now, but later, I need you to fill that out. Because really, only 1/3 of who you invite is actually going to make it to your show.
Oh, good, because I don't think I could put 50 people in.
Don't worry about that. It'll be fine. So 1/3 is going to go. So that's your first step. Now, I did 4 things to help you to invite your guests. Now, the first thing that I did, we're going to refer to this again, is I gave you those labels. Do you remember those labels?
The blank labels, yeah.
Yep, I emailed you an attachment, right? So you're going to peel those and you're going to stake them to those invitations.
Okay.
Now, this is a great way to get online orders. Because guess what? It has the date that the orders need to be in by, your show date, right?
Okay.
And it has the direct link for online ordering, plus your name and number, just in case they have any questions.
Okay.
So if you have people that can't come but want to do those online orderings and you don't want to give them their catalog, just hand them that.
Okay.
The other thing that I asked my host to do is keep one of those invitations in your purse. That way when there's somebody that you ran into that you forgot to invite, you've got a card to give them.
Okay.
All right? And then also, you might want to give like 3 or 4 extra cards to your really close friends and family members and let them know that when they bring a friend, they're going to get a free gift from me.
Oh, wow.
Pretty nice, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the first way that I helped you to invite. The second way that I helped you to invite is I sent you a text invitation. Do you remember getting that?
Yes.
Perfect. Now this can be texted out, Facebooked out, emailed out, but if you do text it, realize that some people aren't actually going to be able to see that text, so you need to follow up with a secondary text saying something like, hey, did you get the text? Are you coming and who you're bringing? Because when you bring somebody, you get a free gift.
Okay.
Sound good?
Mhm.
The other thing that I would ask you to do with that is post it to your homepage,
Okay.
and then every few days or so, comment on it so it brings it up to the top of your newsfeed. Because
Oh.
people are going to see your newsfeed more than they are your event. Okay? And some of your friends will actually post on it anyways and bring it to the top of your newsfeed, so you won't have to do it that day.
Okay.
Sound good?
Okay.
Okay, so the third way that I helped you to invite is I set up your Facebook event. Now here's where the fun stuff comes into play.
Okay.
The first thing I need you to do on that Facebook event is invite every single person that you're friends with on Facebook, regardless of where they live and regardless of gender. Because remember, the out-of-state people are going to get that free gift when they order from me, right?
Okay.
And men, always by ruling women.
Okay.
All right? So once you do that, here's some technical stuff you need to know about Facebook. The only people that will see anything that you post on your Facebook event are the ones that have clicked yes or maybe to attending.
Okay.
So if you've got 30 people in the invited category, those people probably don't even realize that you're having a show. So here's what I highly, highly recommend. Type up a message, something that sounds personal, but it's generic enough that you can copy it and paste it into a personal message to everyone that you invited on Facebook. And if you personally message them while you are in the event, which I'll tell you how to do in a second, it will take minutes as opposed to hours, okay? So the message could say something like this. Hey, I just invited you to my Pampered Chef event on such and such a date at such and such a time. I hope you can make it. If you can't, at least click maybe so you can see all the cool recipes and specials that we're posting. And if you can't come, here's the direct link for online ordering. Hope you can make it. Now, what did we just do there? We gave them all the information in one spot so they don't have to go find it somewhere else.
They can't say they didn't see it.
That's right.
It's
And
like
so if you copy and paste it and you send it to them in a personal message, they're more likely to reply to your event because they'll actually know what's going on. So here's how you invite while in the event. Click on the word invited. It looks like you have about 31 people in this category right now. So you've got going, maybe, and invited. Click on the word invited, hover your mouse over their picture, the word message will pop up, click message, click paste, click send. Literally minutes. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Pretty easy, right?
Yeah, that's not easy.
Okay, the other thing I'd like you to do on your Facebook event is make it more personal. Reply when people post things on there and post things yourself. Tell them how excited you are to have them come and that you hope they bring a friend so they get that free gift, okay?
Okay.
All right, and I, of course, will post all the time. So that's the third way that I helped you to invite. Any questions about Facebook?
Nope.
Perfect. Now the last way that I helped you to invite is super, super important. I put you on my website, and I need you to create an account and sign into your show. And when you do that, you can send email invitations, email texts, and email invitations, email reminders, and email thank yous. Okay? But more importantly, you can also see your guest orders. So it'll show you who's purchased and what your sales are. And then the most important thing is at the top right-hand corner when you're in the show, you can click on your shopping cart and start entering all your items. And this is very important because this is how you're going to close your show with me.
Okay.
Once you've entered your items and you've entered your credit card, that's an indication to me that we're ready to close your show. And I'll call you and run through your items.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, so any questions about that?
I have any questions? I'll
Call me or text me.
Okay.
Okay, so the last 5 refers to 5 orders after your show. Now remember I told you that I was going to give you a few days after your show? I'm going to give you about 2 days afterwards to collect any more last minute orders from people that couldn't make it or couldn't be there or just canceled at the last minute.
Okay.
And what that does is when you add that up, when you add 5 plus 15 plus 5, that gives you a total of 25 orders.
Wow, that's a lot.
I know. And guess what? The average order per person is $40. 40 times 25 is $1,000 show. That's why my average is so high. Are you excited?
I am excited.
That sounds a lot easier than saying you have to have $1,000 show, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yes. It gives you a way to do it. Now, there's only one last thing I need to let you know about.
Okay.
Actually, a couple. First of all, make sure you invite the past host because she gets a 50% off items with Hobie, and she gets a 10% discount for a whole year.
Okay.
And you're also going to get that too, okay? When
Okay.
people book off your show and you have a party, then within the next year you get a 10% discount. But the very last thing I need to let you know about is how you can use some of your points, your benefits, the free product you're earning. I need you to grab your catalog that I had you pull off to the side, okay? I need you to look on the back. Do you see those 2 kits back there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a really big one that has like $600 in product in it. You can get it for $159, and then there's a smaller one for like $99.
Yes.
Because you're a host, you can use some of your free product and get those kits at a reduced cost. So that big one, you can actually get for $109.
Wow.
That's pretty huge, right?
Yeah.
Now only you can do that because you're a host. No one else can do that but you. Now these kits have to do with trying the business. Have you ever thought about trying something like this before?
Yes and no at the same time.
Okay, well now's the time to think about it because here's the thing. You get to keep all the bookings from your show to help you get started. You get to have me come in and help you with that show. And when you sign up this month, you get to earn 2 pieces of stone for free. And you get to earn Pampered Chef dollars to continue to get more free stuff.
I'll think about it. It's
Great.
not my team, but-
Well, you know what? There's a flyer inside your packet. I ask all my hosts to read it. And if
Okay.
it's not for you, pass it on to somebody else, okay?
Okay.
And we'll talk more about it at the night of your show.
Alrighty.
All right, so any other questions for me?
Yeah, what are we cooking?
We're going to talk about that in the next week or so because we're like 3 weeks out, okay?
Oh, okay.
So I'll call you about 2 weeks before your show, see how things are going, and we'll talk about recipes then.
Okay, sounds great.
All right, talk to you then.
Alright, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Any questions? That's done.